How does a minion get to be a minion? You probably wondered after Despicable Me. You also probably wondered why those little yellow creatures weren't stars on their own. Well, Minions hopes to answer those questions and more. In this Origins episode, we learn how the Minions were formed, who they worked for, and why they're frequently inept. Before they got to Gru, the little yellow guys had plenty of opportunity to take on the world with Napoleon, Dracula, you name it. Sensing a need to work for the worst, three leaders, Steve, Kevin, and Bob, head to the big villain com where the nastiest bad guys hang out. At the convention, they run into Scarlet Overkill, one of the worst female bosses in the world. Voiced by Sandra Bullock, the baddest of the bad will remind you of that boss you just couldn't stand. She also makes Gru look like a pussycat. While Minions does a lot to fill in the gaps, it doesn't worry too much about story or songs. Directors Pierre Coffin and Kyle Balda use this as a setup for what could be the ultimate Minion movie. It's fun, particularly when you guess who all the voices are, but it doesn't have that happy edge that Despicable Me 2 and its Minion produced.
We cater to the great, humanity's greatest minds.
Also this week, Ben Kingsley plays a wealthy man who undergoes a body transfer in Selfless. Similar to Seconds, a film released in the 1960s, it lets everyone fantasize what it would be like in someone else's shoes.
This will fill that potential.
In this case, Kingsley transforms into Ryan Reynolds, who takes advantage of a younger body and struggles with intermittent hallucinations. Because director Tarsum Singh isn't sure where to take this, he throws in a lot of chases and a hint of evil intentions. Selfless isn't the fantasy you'd like it to be, just a journey into Frankenstein territory. And finally, there's The Gallows, a new horror film about students who resurrect a show performed 20 years earlier that met a bad end. Quickly, they discover they should have left well enough alone. So, Minions, monsters, or ghosts? Pick your poison, but we're going with the Minions. With your movies in a minute, I'm Bruce Miller.